not like these transparent comments. Hold on. We'll let people get in. Wait for, it's been a minute. It's been like 5 months. So let me get acclimated. Let everyone
It's,
get acclimated.
it's the exhibition. This is our exhibition. So
Facts.
Preseason, still preseason.
there is no pressure at all with this. This is our exhibition.
Let me see. Get this out. Tweet. Damn. We live. Should have put a countdown on this. It said Karter survived. Oh, that is right. Karter was on our. Well, he wasn't on our. You weren't on our last stream. You were on our last positive stream.
Oh my gosh! Well, I remember you called me when I was at the Final Four, and you're like, "Yo, can you hop on for the Final Four one?" I was like, "I'll try, man." There's no internet in San Antonio. That was one of the worst nights of my life. I got in the most depressing Uber ever, and the most expensive Uber in my life too. That was awful.
I was in Colombia. Supposed to be.
I would have much rather have been in Colombia than San Antonio that night.
Oh man. He said you moved on from Ryan. Russ is where is Russ? Russ has his wife's birthday. So if you see him or you see him online, say happy birthday to his wife. But I think they're doing a party tonight, so he's unavailable. So, like someone tweeted at us, Russ, cannot have a life outside of Duke basketball. So
that's valid.
Shame on him.
Especially Duke preseason.
All right, let me get started. Let me find this intro. There we go.
The three of you guys, man, thank you for what you guys do, and appreciate you guys having me on.
We were trying not to score and everything. We got about 33s or something.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of felt that. We kind of feed off that energy.
This place is amazing. Like I really love Duke, and I love the atmosphere I'm in here.
Mark Williams, beast mode. Paolo first half, he had the cramping stuff. Fair enough. Beast mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a long break. The Crazie Cast is back in business after a fun exhibition tonight against Tennessee, where Duke, what was his final score? 83-76 win for Duke tonight. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to preview. It's big season ahead. We're jumping right into it on November 4th with Texas. So, a lot of things to cover. First, I got to introduce my guys. First, give you guys, I guess, the background why Russ is not here. Russ is not on to tonight's episode. He has some family matters to take care of. So, he'll be back next episode. I think we'll do a preseason preview before Texas. So, we'll try to knock that out for y'all. And then Ryan, obviously Ryan's not here as well. Ryan has said this season he's gonna take a step back a bit. He has a lot going on with his life, so we'll have a lot of people on, like JMann, my guy Karter. These familiar faces you guys have seen. So welcome back, fellas.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Like I told you when we were starting the show, it's our exhibition. So I'm going to have mispronunciations. I'm going to mess up stats. I'm going to overreact. We're going to have fun on this one. It's our exhibition, and I'm happy to be back on here, dude. I always have a blast on here.
JMann. This is like when an NBA team has to call up the G Leaguers, in April.
The G Leaguers.
we're gonna come in. We're gonna put up a bunch of shots tonight. Hopefully, get 20 points and get that contract. That's what we're trying to do.
yeah, we're on that 10-day, and you're going to know that I'm going to try and be on that full roster right there. I'm going to extend my 10-day.
This is more like soccer, like when you get a superstar on loan, for a little bit. We got y'all, JMann's on sleepers now, Karter's on the field 68. So we borrowing y'all, if y'all want to be here every episode, we'd love to have y'all, make it official. But I don't want to, intrude on your other things, but we always appreciate y'all. And go definitely go follow Karter and JMann, two of great content creators, not even just for Duke, but college basketball in general. So tap in with them for sure. We got a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Give us, I guess, your first impressions of Duke in general from what you've seen this week against UCF in Tennessee. JMann, start us off.
I mean, Cam Boozer is strong as hell. Like, he's talented, but that dude, I mean, if he goes against an 18-wheeler, I mean, I think that thing's gonna get dented. Like, that guy is just unbelievably strong as an ox going to the rim, and then stat stuffer. I mean, against UCF, and again, I'm grading him like I graded Cooper Flagg and all the really good Duke players on a curve of like, hey, I expect a little bit more. When it was halftime against UCF, I'm like, I need a little more from him. I think he had 15 and 9. And then against Tennessee, I was like, he's not playing up to his potential, and he almost had 20 and 20 at half. I'm like, this dude is just – he's different. He's different. And, I mean, he's phenomenal. And that's all I have to say. Like, the first thing I want to talk about is just Cam Boozer being unbelievable.
Yeah, it's got to be Cam Boozer. It's got to be all about Cam Boozer. This guy, I mean, he's going to break all these Duke rebounding records this season. Just what JMann said, dude, how strong he is, just pushing guys out of the lane. I mean, I was just in shock how good he was to start off. Because you go from Cooper Flagg, I mean, one of the best one-and-done prospects we've ever seen. You're like, what are we going to get next season with Cam Boozer? This is a lot to live up to. Man, it's going to be a fun season.
Man, the Cam Boozer. I mean, we are spoiled. We are really spoiled. Like I would not take for granted that we are going to be blessed with two of the best freshmen we've ever seen on the college level. 24, 23, 6, and 2 tonight for Cam. I mean, those are video game numbers, and this is a grown team he played against. Like, this is a grown front court. Jalen Carey's played in a lot of big games. Felix Okpara's played in a lot of big games. Even their backup, JP Estrella, I'm pretty sure he's a seasoned vet himself. Like, so the fact that, he did that tonight, and I thought, like JMann said, he could have been better. Like, there are probably so many shots he'll want back. A few box outs, he could have probably had a couple more boards. But like what he showed tonight, I mean, hey man, I tweeted it the other day. The number 1 draft pick battle is gonna be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. I mean, the top 3 guys in the college basketball. It's going to be an awesome season in college basketball. With Cam Boozer being the guy at Duke, I mean, like we just talked about his 23 rebounds and his 22 points or whatever, or 24 points. He could have had a triple double if Duke had like 4 open threes that he kicked them out to. Like, Darian Mintz is the best passer on Duke's campus, but Cam Boozer might be coming up on Darian Mintz's heels over here, because when he has the ball and he's just throwing it, like he's backing down. We saw a Cooper Flagg last year. You're backing down, and then he'll throw that skip pass, but he's kind of just doing it a little bit quicker. Like he has like a nice rhythm to it. And I saw like one of the comments talk about his outlet passes. Yeah, he gets that rebound, or he cuffs a block and he passes it out for an outlet pass. I mean, he's like my dad playing me on the small goal on the back of this door right here when I was 5 and he was 30 and he was just bodying me. That's what Cam Boozer's like against these college kids right now.
I mean, like, and the passing ability was something that I might have slept on a little bit, his passing ability. But like even a couple plays, forget the open corner threes. I think Caleb missed one, Darren missed one, Himenia might have missed one, but Isaiah, I tweeted the clip. I'm trying to find it. Isaiah he threw a pass over the shoulder, a no-look pass over just nonchalantly. And if Isaiah made it, it would have gone viral on Twitter. And then he threw like just a quick lob to Pat from the post. It looked like he wasn't even looking at him. I mean, I do see a little bit of Kevin Love in there, especially obviously the outlet passes as well. But I think he's a little bit more physical than Kevin Love. But man, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, with Cam Boozer too. The other two things I thought was super impressive tonight. One, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. You love to see that. The other thing is he was playing super physical defense, getting the mix, going banging with dudes. Pause. And then just getting real physical. Only one foul tonight. One foul. Didn't get into foul trouble. And that's going to be key for Duke going forward this season because we see freshmen get silly fouls all the time with crazy college basketball refs. But one foul tonight, that's huge. That's huge for me going forward.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say off of that, like the other big for Duke, Pat Gongba. I mean, he played well, but he had foul trouble. I would have liked to see more of Pat. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like minutes-wise, I would like to see more of Pat not having 4 fouls, But at the end of the day, he had 15 and 9 in a game where he was in foul trouble. And that's a really good bounce back for Pat from, again, exhibitions. Like I said, I really do stand on it that nothing matters. But the highlights are something to really, to really take over. Like the struggles are going to resolve themselves. But the highlights and the good plays, that's something to carry over for the season. Pat bouncing back from the UCF game, especially with him and Cam playing, sharing the court together. They kind of struggled against UCF. So to see them play well, play better together against Tennessee was something I liked. But him having 4 fouls and Dame, he had 4. But again, I'm not going to harp on Dame at all with his 4 fouls. His first live action in college basketball, he was active. I liked what I saw with him. But I just want to talk about Pat having 15 and 9. I did not realize that. With 3 assists also. I tweeted
3 blocks too.
Yeah, 3 blocks too. I tweeted in the offseason, Duke has the best passing backcourt with Pat Gongba and Malik Brown. And you throw Cam Boozer in there, and they have the best front court. And they have the best passing front court in the country with those 3.
No,
without question.
By far. Like, and definitely Pat's second half. I think first half, obviously foul trouble. One of the fouls, it was just like, why, bro? Like, I think it was Gillespie. He was switched on to Gillespie, and he got caught backpedaling. But otherwise, second half, I mean, he looked like a beast. Even his activity defensively, he was diving into chairs, all over the floor. He had active hands, rebounded a little bit better. We saw him a little bit more. I still want to see him more on the low block because with his one possession on the low back this year, this game he destroyed JP Estrella. Like it looked like Julio Okafor all over again. But like he was active. He shot a 3 tonight. We got a flash of the jumper. Pat, I saw a lot of overreactions to UCF, and I'm not going to overreact to this game itself, but the fact that he came back against you could say it's a way better team, more physical front court, and put up this numbers and had this much impact, even with the foul trouble. He's going to be a problem this year, man. I think he's going to be a problem this year, and as long as Malik stays healthy, I don't see a better front court in the ACC.
Yeah, especially because I loved how the way they came out in the second half, and they're running that little 2-man action with Gongba and Evans and rolling off him. I also loved kind of switching things. Evans penetrating in that second half quite a bit. That threw me off. You saw UCF. I thought he took 10 threes in the first half. I like seeing him have a little bit more balance to his game as well.
Yeah, I agree with that, and he still shot. He'll shoot his. Ooh, I don't know about the no yes shots, but when they're not,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but when they don't go in, they're no. So it's just like you gotta take the good with the bad with him. And I thought he played all jokes aside, I thought he played really well. To me, at 16 points in the second half, though he shot 3 of 9, he was 8 of 8 from the line, and he facilitated well, or had Tennessee off balance with his driving ability. And you saw his dunk. He tried another one, which I was like, that's crazy. But you like to see that again in exhibition, to be that aggressive. It's something you can learn from. And another guy that I want to talk about too is, Caleb Foster, I thought played okay. Like, I know people wanted to go after him. I have to give him a shout out to him hitting those 2 free throws. Front end of a 1-and-1, he was quiet all game. And Duke fans still have PTSD from last Duke point guard had free throws, and those an exhibition game. I was very happy to see that Caleb Foster was a guy that could go to the charity stripe in a quiet game and knock a couple down to make it a 2-possession game with the 1-and-1 in hand.
Listen, second half, hey, we got to get let me get the round of applause going. Like what? 20 for 20. 20 for 20 from the free throw line in the second half from the Duke Blue Devils, man. Like, we would like that. We would like to see that in April, but it seems like you guys are learning from what happened this the last Final Four. But that's a great sight to see, especially in crunch time. I thought Duke should have probably been up like 12, 15 points anyway going to the last 4 minutes with how many missed shots they had, but it was a good test for them to be in a close game in crunch time. And, they delivered. And, shout out to the second half. I don't know what John told him. I think obviously they changed up a little bit of the looks. I'd have to watch back the tape. But, JMann, I'm sure we'll break that down as well. But, I think, they came out the second half and they looked like the grown team tonight. Like that was the narrative in the first half. We looked kind of small, a little bit soft. I saw all the tweets. People tweet at me, this team is soft. This team is soft. This team is soft. They flipped the switch second half. I was like, they were the bullies. That's why the YouTube title says bullies. They bullied them in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Duke had 16 offensive rebounds against a top 20 SEC team on the road. Again, I know it's exhibition, but you have 16 offensive rebounds against a team that physical, as you were just talking about, Zion. Like that's what I want to see. The one thing I want to see with this Duke team, and like last year, if the defense is ahead of the offense, that's fine. The physicality on defense is something that I love to see. Giving Tennessee a 7+ minute scoring drought in the second half, field goal drought, and the one that broke it was Nate Ament just throwing the ball against the backboard because he was 4 of 19. So one of them was going to go in, 5 of 19. One of them was going to go in eventually. So that's how that streak ended. Great defense in the second half, holding them to 33 points. And the defense is going to keep coming along with Malik Brown coming back as well. But I just want to shout out again, the defensive physicality is what won this game for Duke and what will win the games for Duke early on this season.
And you don't want to – it's an exhibition, so like you talked about, you want to take it with a grain of salt. But it's also a Rick Barnes Tennessee team. They pride themselves on being physical and all this. Like, I know it's exhibition. It's June. They have a lot of younger guys in that aren't totally have bought into the Rick Barnes system yet. Both of these teams are going to be very different come February, but you love to see that physicality against a Rick Barnes team that he wants to play this game into the 50s and low 60s.
Yeah, and definitely that's why I know a good Tennessee friend of mine. I told him coming to this game, I thought they were going to win this game just because they play football on the basketball court naturally. And that would probably what I expected was that was going to kind of shell shock a young team like Duke, who doesn't have obviously all the sets in, or they're not running the offense they be running in January. But this team, they showed a lot of resilience. They showed a lot of toughness tonight. But I think it's a good stepping stone for the season, obviously, because we have Texas early, and then all the big matchups we have in non-conference play. I think this was a good litmus test for them and a good preparation for them as well. But a question I have for you guys, because we're talking a lot about the positives, and it wasn't all positive. What are some things that concern you guys heading into the season?
Carter, you go first.
I mean, do I have to do it? I mean, the point guard play is what concerns me. It just does. What wins in college basketball? It's point guard play. Look at all the national title teams over the last 15 years. Maybe outside of that Kentucky team, the most important player on the team was the point guard most of the time. They win in March. That's what you got to have. I'm very nervous about Duke's point guard play going into the season with a young Caden Boozer who's going to need some time. He's got a lot of flashes of like freshman Trey Jones in there, where it's like, all right, I think he might be a year away from actually, totally flourishing. And then Caleb Foster, what are we going to get? We can't have this roller coaster all season long if you're trying to win a national championship. It's got to have some level of consistency going forward. Yeah,
I mean, the leading assist guys for Duke were Cam Boozer and Pat Gongba, your 5s, your 4 and your 5. And so that's just something that's got to get better. I agree. Like the point guard play is something that's got to get figured out. I mean, we might see a lineup where Cam Boozer runs some point and Duke just goes mega big with Malik Brown and Pat Gongba at the 4-5 and Boozer somehow the 3 or the 1 and Darren Harrison Slim or the 2-3. I don't know. Duke can go massive with the way Cam Boozer can facilitate, but that is a problem. Something that needs to get figured out. And maybe you'll see some more Dame Sarr running some point, in the offense, kind of like Knipple did last year, where you got a wing running some point. But my main concern, or my takeaway the first 2 games, something Duke needs to clean up is against UCF, they were 6 of 15 on layups around the rim. And then against Tennessee, they were 7 of 23 for the game. Granted, like a lot of those are Cam Boozer going body to body, and he's not going to get any foul calls because it's almost like the LeBron treatment where he's just so strong, the refs don't know how to officiate him. So a lot's going to go against him where it's going to be no calls. So take that with a grain of salt. But 6 of 15 in the first half against UCF. Can't remember what they finished that game, but 7 of 23 in the game on layups against Tennessee. Just got to clean that up. To go to your point there, Carter, like that's the one thing Caden Boozer has struggled with the 2 exhibition games is getting to the rim and trying to finish around traffic. That's like something he struggled with early. So if he can get that going with his facilitating, I will happily take him 6 and 4 or whatever. And then Caleb does a similar stat line. And all of a sudden you've got like 12 and 8 with 2 guys. So that's where my main concern is.
Now, I guess to piggybacking off that, because something you just alluded to was getting to the rim. Is that supposed to be Caleb Foster?
Ideally, right? He's 6'4", 6'5", whatever they have him, 6'4", 6'5", and they talked about how he lived in the weight room this offseason. And you can tell, like in person, when the AC Media Day, I was like, he is yoked. Like he has got bigger. And so if he can learn to use that physicality to get downhill and just understand that you don't have to go up with it. Like I think he tried to shoot a layup around the rim, got blocked. It was a tough layup. Just penetrate the defense and then look to kick when you get down there because you've got guys around you. But Duke definitely needs a guy that can get to the rim off the dribble. And that is just the one player Duke is missing on this team. And I don't know who that guy can be to get to the cup. Like put your head down and go. Obviously Flag was that last year. Boozer can do that, but Boozer is going to throw you around to get to the rim. But in terms of athleticism and quickness, even Proctor, you just kind of need that in the backcourt of a quick guard to get downhill and keep a defense honest.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What's Foster's best trait on the offensive end, in your opinion?
I think his catch and shoot 3 when he doesn't hesitate is like, hey, like the 3 in the corner was pure. He didn't hesitate. It's the ones that he hesitates, then he jabs and he shoots. I'm like, you just got to shoot the first one. And you've heard it last year at SMU at Duke. I think Carwell yelled, shoot the damn ball on a hot mic. And so I think that's his best attribute now. His shot looks better than it did last year. And so I like his catch and shoot where he doesn't kill you. But I'd love to see around the rim finishing be a lot better.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like watching him in high school, I would have said getting to the rim. And then even watching some of his freshman season, I think it was the game against, was it Baylor we played at MSG? I think there was a lot of moments there where he just got to the rim at will. And even somewhere last year, I think his issue was more so finishing at the rim. But he flashed like the ability like to be creative and get to the rim. But yeah, I guess at this point though, I gotta say his best trait is probably catch and shoot. Like I don't know right now what's his like. Besides that, what's like? I don't want to say what is he bringing to the table, but what is his like go-to? I guess move. What is his go-to bucket? Like he shies away from scoring inside, and I think he's definitely at points when he drives, he's looking to pass the ball, which I think it may be a mental thing for him right now playing point guard, as opposed to Caden. It's a little bit more natural. But yeah, it's tough to kind of evaluate him right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the best thing the most consistent thing he brings is he's a hell of a rebounder at the 1 or 2 position. I mean, he crashes and he gets some contested rebounds, which is an art. It's just you need more from a pure point guard standpoint with him and obviously Caden. But I just want to see him go to the rim and try and dunk on somebody. I don't care if he gets hung. I don't care if he gets blocked by 5 guys. I just want to see a 6'4", 6'5" athlete that's physical just get that mental block out of his head and just go for it. And then I'm telling you, that would just open up a can of worms in his head. It's like, oh, I can flush this. I can get up in the rim. And so whoever Duke plays, like an incarnate word or whatever in the regular season, I am going to be looking for him being aggressive to the rim, because that is like a mental note that I'm like, okay, he's believing in himself to like try and dunk it. I just want to see you try and test somebody.
I think Carroll told him this summer, like he at least we either said it in an interview, or he's definitely been showing, at least I guess in his workouts, that he's been trying to dunk it a little bit more. But go ahead, Karter.
I was gonna say, like, watching him with the playing point guard with this team, it doesn't feel natural at all. He kind of lacks the decisiveness you need as a point guard. It always feels like, I don't know if this is a confidence issue with him. It feels like he's always second guessing everything he does. Like Zion, you touched on it. When he's driving to the paint, he's looking to pass, and he's not looking for his own shot right there. And it always feels like he's just second guessing every single thing he does. And nothing feels confident. Nothing's feeling natural and smooth right now for him. I don't necessarily know what that is, but you're right. I think Duke's best stuff on the offensive end tonight was when he was off the ball, in which I thought he was fine off the ball tonight when they were running stuff between like Gongba and Evans, or Boozer was passing the ball tonight. I kind of thought that's when the offense was at their best, and I think we're going to see a lot of Cam Boozer playing a little point forward.
No, I think that's spot on. And I think Caleb's gonna have to, he's gonna have a big game at some point. I don't know if it's gonna be statistically a big game, but
it's like the Carolina game, like on the road last year when he came in and made those big hustles. Like it's in there. I feel you almost feel bad for him on the court sometimes. Yeah, you're like, that talent's in there. We saw it in high school. Just for some reason, it's not coming to fruition right now.
Yeah, but it's the real games will give us the real evaluation. But I don't think he played bad tonight. I wouldn't say he played bad tonight. I think he was strong defensively. But a couple other guys to touch on. Nick Hemenia, wanted to talk about him, and wanted to also talk about Dame. Well, we could start with Nick. What are your thoughts on Nick? And my question to that is Nick your starter day one, Texas?
I think he has earned it from the UCF game, and you just gotta flow now 2 exhibitions of your starting 5, and you kind of just gotta go roll with it. I think with Texas being in a week basically, and he played all right. Like he played like a true freshman on the road in a hostile environment against a top 20 team, and so he shot 2 of 9, 1 of 4 from 3. He didn't shoot well either against UCF, but he plays hard. He plays his tail off, and there's something to be said for that. I mean, the UCF game, if any ball that was passed or shot, somehow he got his fingertips on it. Like the guy was just everywhere with the hustle, and he guards hard, and that's just a lot of length with him to where I think you'd pencil him in as the starter for next week. But I mean, kind of saw it with Caleb Foster last year where Sion came in after, I think it was the Auburn game was his first start, where maybe you start seeing Dame creep in, and Dame is now the 3, and that's fine. And I'll keep it there because I know we want to talk about other people. But I thought Hemenia played okay. I was expecting for him to have some lumps, but all in all, I mean, look, he's a freshman. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. I think you roll that out, and then, I don't want to say necessarily a short leash because I think that's a, wrong term for that. But, I think you just go with the flow of how the game's going. If Dame comes in, is playing well, ride the hot hand there. I think that's going to be, or if Darren Harris comes in, is lighting it up from 3, ride him all game.
Yeah. I know Darren's stats didn't show it. I did I guess moments I saw from Darren as well. I think that 3 ball is going to fall way more than obviously at a rate of 1 for 4.
100%.
I think so too. I think Darren's going to have a game where he's going to have again, not like Isaiah against Auburn. I'm not going to say it's going to be a big opponent like that, but he's going to have a game this season where he's going to score. He's going to hit 4 threes on 4 shots, 4 made threes with 1 or 2 dribbles at maximum. Like I feel confident every time he shoots the ball. These live reps with him after not playing really much last year is just going to help him with his confidence to actually see the film and really dissect his game with the coaching staff. The no dip three it's a good looking shot. It's going to continue it's going to fall. Like the law of averages, Conklin didn't shoot well until literally the last game before Christmas, the Georgia Tech game. And then we saw how that panned out. I'm not going to put that on Darren Harris to be Conklin, but when I see a shooter, I know a shooter, and Darren Harris is a shooter, and I have full faith in that shot.
Yeah, and I think even from just like a fan standpoint, watching the game, like I feel confident in Darren when I'm like, especially when he shoots the ball. It's not like a situation where I don't want to just call out a random guy, but like Chase Dieter, like you have Chase Dieter on the floor, you're like, I don't know what I'm about to get. But Darren, I feel confident when he's on the floor like that. Even when he's taking a shot, he's gonna make it, or if he doesn't make it, he's gonna make the right pass. So I think that is a question. Are we 9 consistently deep in the year?
That I don't know. It's too early for me to stand on that. Because that's just tough. That's a good question. It's a good hypothetical because 9 sounds always great in theory, but I kind of like just like a solid 7 with an 8 that giving you a little splash of something. And that's a great question. There's a lot of question marks still on this team, like with Darren and Dame. Again, offensively, I thought he played well. He was so good at connecting the offense, where he was just the middleman. The extra pass, I think it was to Darren or somebody in the corner. They hit the 3 in the first half, but there's still question marks on like the point guard position. So it's just like I don't know because I think Cam Boozer might count as 2 people at this point. So if 2 plays 9, Cam is 2 of them.
Right now it does look. Obviously, it's early. It's October. But the bench right now is Boozer, Dame, Darren, and Malik.
Yep.
Which is right now, like I wouldn't remove anybody from the rotation. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more games with higher stakes to make that call. But I could see the 9 as it stands. But obviously, stuff changes. But even from Dame's standpoint, I like what I saw from him tonight. The numbers, a lot of these guys, even last game as well. If you look at the numbers, you're probably gonna think, oh, they played poorly. I loved his activity. I loved his energy. The energy he brought with Pat. I think it was Isaiah. Like there was a stretch where that all of them were just hyping each other up. I love that. I love that he brings that confidence at least, because definitely when he came on the court initially, I was just watching him. Like you could tell, like the eyes were wide. He was a little late to react. I think he got caught, chasing ball watching a couple times. So once he settles down and gets used to the American game, I think he's going to be a high level player for us. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the guys so far.
Yeah, I would say Dame's first shot hit off the top of the backboard. I've been there, Dame. It's okay. Sebastian, same thing. I think his hit top of the backboard.
Yeah.
There's actually a few of those. Tennessee had a couple. JMann, I think, hit 3 over the backboard and on the other side of the goal.
Man,
it was crazy. But maybe it was the balls they played with. But Sebastian Wilkins, tough luck. His first attempt in the last 2 exhibitions. I called him LeBron James and Sean Stewart's. I might just have to call him the Sean Stewart of Sean Stewart's because that ball just slipped right out of his hand.
Oh, man.
He has that athleticism, right? Like he has that athleticism. Look, he was penciled in to play at most like 5-10 minutes tops, but probably like 5 minutes realistically with Malik Brown coming back. And his athleticism is something that is awesome to see. But yeah, it was just very funny. He had that breakaway against UCF. Lost the ball. UCF is a 3. Shire gets an immediate sub, and then I think the same thing happened. He shot the 3 off the top of the backboard. I don't think he came back in the rest of the game. Been there, done that in AAU, so you have my sympathy, Sebastian. Keep your head up. But look, we all been there. If you're a hooper, you hit the corner of the backboard.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep. Absolutely.
He'll be all right, man. It'll be a learning curve, but hey, he reclassed, so
yes,
give him some time.
LeBron James of Sean Stewart's is back on because he reclassed.
LeBron James of Sean Stewart's is crazy. But no, I definitely like what this team showed tonight. I think going forward though, besides against point guard play, is there anything else that you guys are red flagging? Me, from my early red flag was, what the hell are we gonna do if Pat is in foul trouble and there's no Malik Brown?
That's honestly. Go ahead, Carter. You go. With that.
I'm just gonna say, like, Cam Boozer, man, like, take over, like, show us what you got, because it's all on you if that's the case. Maybe you throw Dame to come in and play some weird minutes as a small ball 5, or because I mean, like, Malik's gonna miss games throughout the season. That's just what it is with Malik Brown at this point. Pat's probably gonna get into foul trouble in some of these games. Like, that front court foul trouble scares me a lot going into this season.
Yeah. I mean, I joked about Sebastian Wilkins playing 5 minutes, and he might have to be thrown in there just like media timeout to media timeout. Just for the love of God, steal 4 minutes and don't hurt us on the offensive end, because he is athletic enough to play with his athleticism on the defensive end. But Hemenia played really well against UCF playing the 4, and that was something that I think Duke kind of accidentally backed themselves into, of playing Cam at the 5, Hemenia at the 4, and they got defensive stops. That was the best they looked in that scrimmage. They went on like a 10-0 run with Slim, Darren, Caden, and then Hemenia and Cam. And so maybe you slide Hemenia at the 4, Sar at the 5, and all of a sudden you just have length to where they can't get in to the paint because you have Sar and Hemenia's wingspan and size, with Cam being the Incredible Hulk down there. If he gets in foul trouble, that is where we're like, oh shit. Like, that is like, who is going to step up to score one? And also, who's going to, like, if Pat's going to get another foul and all of a sudden you say in the first half, Cam gets 3 because he's got to play, and then Gongba has 2, it's like, oh my God. Do we risk Pat again for a third, or like, do we steal minutes with Sebastian if Malik Brown's not back? So that's going to keep John Shire up at night, I'm sure, with those hypotheticals. But at the end of the day, I trust his decision-making there.
I think in that case, you just end up going, throw Harris and Isaiah Evans out there and just shoot a bunch of threes and hope they fall, because that's going to be the offense at that point.
Yeah, I just saw get Iffy minutes. Yeah, just throw Iffy out there for the last minute of the first half.
I thought we were going to see him tonight. I thought I was like, oh, just throw him in there. He's like 6'11", but he must be a long way from
some Vrankovic minutes from like 2019.
Oh boy, that is a callback. I blocked his whole career out of my head.
Hey, Frank has some moments though.
That Carolina game, he came in, he was awesome.
I agree, but I'm just saying in general, I forget about him as a Duke player. Like, you just said his name, and it just gave me chills down my spine of like, oh my God, that did happen.
What year did he graduate? Was that Zion? No, it wasn't Zion.
Was it Zion?
He was on that team, so that had to be that year.
Was he with like Justin Robinson and Vernon Carey and those guys?
Nah, I don't think so.
So that would have been it.
No, he was with Zion though. I swear he was with Zion.
And he was definitely with Zion because he played in the ACC tournament run.
Yeah, he stole some minutes there. I don't know. That's a great. I told you, I blocked it out.
Time is flying and we are getting old. Because I don't even remember what.
2019.
2019. Okay, he said Frank saved us versus UNC. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Frank, man. Wonder if he's still playing. But listen, there is one thing I do have to address, because I'm not gonna victory lap it, because it's very nasty to victory lap in October at the end of. But listen, I told you I'd rather have Dame than Native Man. I'm just saying, I feel like Dame fits better with our team, and I got killed on Twitter when I tweeted that. I think I tweeted that like April or May. But I just didn't like. I didn't like what I saw from Native Man, and I just don't think that would have been a fit with our team.
Zion, you're going to get killed for that, because people are going to be looking at box scores, because Native Man has the ultimate green light, can shoot 20+ shots a night, and is going to put up 20 points on 25% shooting in games this season. So you're going to get killed with people looking at box scores. Like, he's averaging 18 points a game. How can you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at his box score now. shocking he had 0 assists. I'm shocked. I'm telling you, he didn't have 0. He had 0 passes. Like, it was crazy. And 4 fouls. He was -9 in a 7-point loss. Again, I know it's exhibition, so Tennessee fans, you can cope saying it's exhibition, but I would be worried that the shots that he missed, like Gillespie was 5 of 21. One, I didn't realize he shot that many damn shots, but he was 3 of 13 from 3. JMann is shooting contested middies. Like, I love a mid-range game, but he is trying to back you down and shoot ill-advised shots over length and not thinking twice about it. And he's scrawny. It's like it's such a bad shot, and clearly that's his game because he did try to step outside and hit threes, and he hit the other side of the backboard, and that's crazy. Like, that is crazy to where with that length, like, you got to be able to facilitate when you get down there to like dump it off. You can steal 2 assists by a guy sleeping on help side. And yeah, I agree with you about the Dame thing, Zion, and also like Duke pivoted off of JMann to go to Cedric Coward, and that clearly was the best investment of all time. I mean, he went 6 of 6 last night in the NBA on threes. And that damn dude just lit it up in the combine. Because if Duke had Cedric Coward with Cam Boozer,
oh my goodness,
it could be me at 31 years old bringing the ball up the court. I'm going to get 8 assists a game just passing it to one of those two. And so, like, Duke pivoted off of that. Obviously, he stayed in, and then Duke did a really good job of getting Sarr. And so, to your point, Dame just was he's exactly what Duke needs to really fill that gap.
Cedric Coward, man. My
Cedric
goodness.
Coward.
He's
The brotherhood.
Like the brother, the
brother. Yeah. Also, for the people that are watching this, when I hashtag Duke and the NBA with Cedric Coward, I'm clearly being sarcastic. I am not being that literally that I am taking him as a Duke brotherhood. If he's in a brotherhood video, I will die laughing. But I'm doing it as a joke. I'm not being literal.
I didn't even know where is it, Eastern Washington that he reps. Like I was tweeting just like I was like, dang, he went off. And they were just spamming me with he's a cool. I'm not claiming him as a Duke Blue. Like we got 25 of our own. We're good. But like I didn't even know there was a fan base out there like that. But hey, shout out to him though. He's hooping.
He's hooping,
man. But I do like this team. This gave me a little comfort to not care about Cedric and what happened with that. But I guess going forward for you guys, what are some things you're looking forward to? Matchups, Texas, or further? What are y'all thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Texas is the first one, right? Like that is the one. It's in Charlotte. I'll be there. I honestly, all of them is going to be my bailout answer. But the thing I'm most excited to watch is just this team's toughness. Again, this was a toughness win. Duke was in a shooting slump late in the second half for like 6 minutes, but they held Tennessee to a 7-minute shooting slump. That's how Duke won big games early on last season at Arizona, where it was a rock fight, and they won those games because they clamped up. I'm perfectly fine seeing ugly offense like we saw November, December last year. People forget. People were overreacting UCF game, but Incarnate Word last year in Cameron, it was like 25-21 at halftime, and people were like, this Duke team is in trouble, and they weren't. So the offense is going to take time, but be physical and have toughness on the defensive end will win Duke games, and so that's the most exciting thing for me moving forward.
Yeah, going off of that, I'm excited for Kansas Duke. I want to see Peterson versus Boozer. I love seeing these high-profile NBA draft matchups, like when we got Chet versus Paolo in Vegas a couple years ago, or even a decade ago. We got Jabari Parker versus Andrew Wiggins in the Champions Classic. That's the one non-con game I'm looking forward to most. Obviously, first game of the season, excited, Dickie V Classic, but Duke Kansas, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Oof, I'll give you one too that I'm actually really excited for is Duke Michigan. Yaxel Lindenberg against Cam Boozer is going to be awesome. Going off the Darren Peterson thing, like I have a 20-1 ticket of Yaxel Lindenberg to win Player of the Year. Obviously, it's a loaded class, but he, like they said on the broadcast, Yaxel and Cooper Flagg were the only 2 players in the country last year to lead their team in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. I think it was, and so. He's a dude. Michigan's going to be good besides Elliot Kadobe in there. But Lindenberg and Boozer is going to be a fun matchup.
Hey, brother, I don't think this is the time to be bringing up betting odds and uh, and all that.
That's fair. I think I got the FBI. I think I have Gilbert Arenas knocking on my front door.
Yeah, let me take this Hornets sweatshirt off. Let me go change.
That's true. Yeah, Rozier was my next door neighbor. I was wondering what happened.
Oh, we will in that game. We will Michigan. We will get the Elliot Cadeau, Pat Ngangba, part 2, where Elliot Cadeau told him he would beat his ass. I think in the ACC tournament. All 5'11" of them versus Pat Ngangba 6'11". Okay, sure. But that'll be a fun matchup. It's gonna be a lot of fun matchups for Duke this season. But yeah, before we get out here, I guess any Hornets plugs, JMann. Listen, I missed the Hornets game tonight. You said Sion and Khan went off.
Look, Khan had 20. Sion was Mr. Third Quarter, hit like 2 threes, had a block, had a steal from 90. They called him 94 feet. Eric Collins did. Karter's rocking the Hornets sweatshirt. We're both big Hornets fans. And look, it's exciting times to be a Charlotte Hornet fan, obviously for Khan and Sion, but I was gonna say they're healthy, but Brandon Miller got hurt in game 2. Besides that, if Khan and Sion can stay healthy, that it's a very fun team, and they balled out. And Sion's going to play. Sion is not going to be a two-way guy like people thought initially. He's in the rotation, and he's just a winning guy. He's a winning player.
Yeah, I mean, this team's going to the playoffs, JMann. They're going to the play-in, and we'll actually win the play-in for once.
That's what I'm talking about, Carter.
I got my tickets first.
We'll go to the play, but we're not getting the top 6 seed, I don't think. But
I agree with you, Carter. We're going to win the play-in. We're going to sneak in the playoffs. We're going to steal one game. We're going to lose 4-1, but it's fine. Yeah. We'll steal one. It'll be the highlight of our year.
Yep, 100%.
Nah, they're definitely a league pass team. I literally bought league pass just to watch the Hornets at this point. So I will be watching every Hornets game. Obviously, watching the Mavericks as well. Hopefully, the Mavericks won tonight. Did they win tonight?
I don't know. I think they're still playing.
Oh, they won. They won by 10. Cooper, let me see what Cooper had. 22, 4-4. Okay.
Running some point.
8 of 14 from the field.
8 of 14, efficient. Yeah, man, because I got to fight for Cooper, man, because now the takes are going crazy. Everyone's talking about Luka Doncic, and they're going to crucify that man, So he's 18 years old.
Yeah, it's BS for him having to deal with that when he shouldn't have been in that predicament. NBA's rigged, and they gave it to the Mavs because he could have been a Hornet. Carter knows it. It's a shame. We just keep getting robbed. We were 1 away from Victor Wembanyama, and now here we are. We had the highest lottery odds to get the number 1 pick out of the last 4, and we got 4th. It was crazy. But
at least we don't have to see a famous picture of the Michael Kidd Gilchrist shooting meme. We won't be seeing that with Concanipple, the complete opposite.
That's still in the Spectrum Center somewhere, him shooting like that.
I was in the Spectrum Center the other night going to interview Yegor Demon. I was looking for that picture. There was no Bobcats pictures to be seen. It was all Hornets stuff.
Oh, man. Hey, man. Everyone go tune into the Hornets when Duke is not playing. They're the adopted Duke team until Kyrie gets back, and we have to move over to the Mavericks. But shout out to them. I'm sure. Shout out to all the guys. Tyrese got good minutes in his first game of the season. Come on, I think played last night. It's sad they didn't get a ring, man. It's very sad they didn't get a ring because we have 5 rotation players right now that were playing on Duke a couple months ago. But it's all good. It
still stings. Like I still think I'll be going throughout my day, going to work, and then I'll just sit there and think like, that was it. Like that we just gave up a generational team. Like, how did we not win that game?
I think about it every time I see a journalist from when I went to the Final Four that I saw, and they were like, "Oh, great to see you," blah blah blah. And now they see me in Cameron, like when I went to the UCF game, like, "Oh my God, the Final Four." And I'm like, I know, I remember.
Let's not talk about it.
I almost found myself in the Riverwalk. I almost walked into that river and just didn't come up. I was going to hold my breath for eternity after watching what happened.
Nah, man, it's still crazy. It just pains me that like we weren't beat. Like it's one thing to get like beat, You weren't beat, and I truly believe they would beat Florida. I truly believe they would beat Florida, man.
Oh, dude, it was the craziest experience walking out of there. Like Carter, you would know, like nobody was making noise. Like Houston fans were going crazy, but it was just like 10% of the people leaving the arena. It was like,
it
like
was
the whole atmosphere witnessed a massacre just happen. And we're like, what the hell just happened here at the Alamo Dome?
It
was awful. It was crazy. It was astonishing.
Yeah, like I still like I don't know how you guys felt. Like I felt like this college basketball season kind of snuck up on me because I was still mourning the loss of the Final Four.
Yeah. It's going to be tough, but you know what? It will never be worse than 2022. Like I know Duke should have won it last year, but but I'm just saying that was UNC. That was like for me in that moment. It's like I can never talk shit to UNC fans because they're going to get mad at me or they have the upper hand. So I was always worried about that.
Carter, you about to say it's not?
I thought Houston might have been worse. I thought the choke of Houston might have been worse, man.
Nah. It wasn't worse because you could always.
I think that might be recency bias, but
it probably is. But like you can always make the argument that there were 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four, and these were statistically 4 of the best teams ever.
And the thing that makes 22 worse is like that Duke team was going to spank Kansas.
They should have spanked Carolina.
Yeah, they should have spanked Carolina. Carolina sold their soul for that game, man. Like we've seen the program since that game and what they are at this point. They sold their soul for that tournament run, man. I'd have done the same thing.
We just got to stop saying sights on 6. Just eliminate saying that. I'm tired of seeing that hashtag. Just be like, you know what? Let's go. Like, don't give me another hashtag.
You know what's crazy? I think I made a video in like 2017 on YouTube. It has like 90,000 views on like YouTube. It's just a hype video for the season, and that was sights on 6. 2017.
That's valid. That is completely valid. 2017. I'll give it up to 2019, but post COVID, kill it.
Kill it.
Find something else. But you know, hopefully we will get it this year because we have a great team ahead of us, and you know, hopefully this team will erase, you know, some of the sour taste from April. But you know, it's going to be an exciting year. We have a lot coming this season. Obviously, we'll have a lot of shows because there'll be a lot of big games, so there'll be little rest. So you know, hopefully, we'll have a lot of JMann and Karter come on. Like I said, tap in with them on their platforms as well. You know, I know Karter has to go break down BYU soon. Hey, shout to BYU for beating UNC in the scrimmage. It was a scrimmage, but hey, a win's a win.
It was ugly, but I got a lot of thoughts about that Carolina team too, but we don't have to get into that here. But and shout out go ahead.
I will say that at least with Carolina, Caleb Wilson, he worries me a little bit. But
okay, that front court's pretty good. That front court's not bad. I mean, I would take it Duke's front court over them, but the point guard room, yikes, yikes in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
But we appreciate y'all fellas for joining tonight, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will be back soon with a season preview, and then obviously Texas to get the season underway. But you know, we're back.